You can block and counter or move and counter. Okay, that's gono sen. You can block and counter simultaneously. That's sendo sen. Or as he or she is about to execute the technique, you blast them straight down the middle. What we would call an anticipatory fighter or a forestaller. That's Sensei no Sen.
How would you describe the concept of gono-sen, like responding to an attack? And how would that differ from sen-no-sen, which then means attacking simultaneously or even preemptive? And when would you say each is appropriate?
You've forgotten one. You've forgotten sen, no sen. They're all appropriate all the time. Some are just harder to do than others. Antonio Oliver Sensei, when we mentioned him earlier, his research led him to believe, and he researched everything with psychology and medicine. And I mean, he was one of the most informed karateka I have ever met. And he always used to say that people are born either offensive or defensive. Okay, so you have those natural attributes. If you are a defensive fighter, you've got several options. You can block and counter or move and counter. Okay, that's gono sen. You can block and counter simultaneously. That's sendo sen. Or as he or she is about to execute the technique, you blast them straight down the middle. What we would call an anticipatory fighter or a forestaller. That's sen no sen. Now, so what is appropriate and when? They're all appropriate, all of the time. Because if you combine that with Mushin, no mind, you've got no preconception as to what your opponent is going to do. You merely react to what it is, the space that you find yourself. If you pick up a signal, he's going to go, you go first. If you pick up a signal, he's going, you block and counter. If you pick up a signal, he's going, you shift and counter. If you pick up a signal that he's going, you let him commit, but then you strike and block at the same time. Everything is appropriate. Now, the more experienced a fighter, and it's all very well saying that, the more experienced the fighter is, the more precise, the more exact, and the more successful those strategies will be, those tactics will be. But I think as a teacher, you've got to teach all three, because even if most of the students can only get some of it's better than none of it, point number one. And point number two, you may have someone there, someone really special, who actually instinctively, not knows, feels what it is that you're saying. I mean, that's a challenge as an educator. That's a challenge of being sensei. You're talking about things that and teaching things that you may have only experienced a touch of. But that doesn't mean that your experience is not of value. It just means that you're still on the path. You can't be sensei if you stop training. You know, I get all these people that say, I'm too busy to train because I'm teaching. Well, I'm sorry, but you're no longer sensei. In order to be sensei, you have to be on the path. Sensei Kimura used to say all the time, you're either a practicing karateka or you are not. Okay? Don't come to me and tell me I used to be a fourth Dan. What does used to be a fourth Dan mean? What does used to be a black belt mean? What does used to be a green belt mean? It means nothing at all. You're either practicing or you're not. Now, I've got a couple actually on the Gushku at the moment. One lady who lost her way for 16 years. She went off and she did other things. Life got in the way, family, this and that. It happens to all of us. 16 years later, the buzz of Shukukai caught her again, and she came back. And today she's one of my best third dans. Is she as young as she would like to be at third dan? Absolutely not. But is she of immense value to the association? Absolutely. And the fact that she was gone for 16 years is part of her story. It's part of her attraction. It's part of the thing that people understand that she understands. She fell off the path. She came back onto the path. She actually came back onto the path before, right back to where she had already been. And she walked that again to make sure that she was progressing properly. So that experience is so valuable to us, but that understanding that we are on a path, but we're on it together. You call me Sensei. Some people call you Sensei. Some people call your students Sensei. But in actual fact, we're travelers. We're just on the path together. We're travelers on the same path. I've just been on it longer than you have.